right.
Let's be back in 1 minute.
Sorry?
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay. Alrighty.
Why is it not let me copy this? I have to grab it from Discord.
Oh, would you like to? We can actually like multi-stream, like stream together on Twitch or something. Let me just double check this.
I don't know how to do that.
Let me check.
I kind of don't want to even open this. Trying to think here. How do I get this thing off of Google Drive? It's not letting me download it.
The mics.
Cool.
Well, I guess we're gonna be starting here. Just a couple of
We are.
minutes.
We're doing Group C today. We have Lucas, Grieco, Sosa, Ordinos. I'm not entirely sure how to say these guys' names, to be honest with you. Euro and Nikoko.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm joined here today by the Shield Maiden.
That's right.
Say,
yeah, the Shield Maiden.
How you say it?
Yeah, very excited to be here in this group stage C, as you mentioned. It's honestly out of the 6 players, I'm pretty familiar with Lucas, and I think Guriko participated as well on the World Finals. But a lot of new faces, and yeah, looking forward to see who's gonna get the first places and advance into the warm-ups.
Yeah, definitely. Just wondering what kind of decks they're going to come away with today. We're going to see a lot of Boss Bandit again.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Boss Bandit probably, the most recent champion released, and you know how you know how it goes. So we'll see. And especially with this tournament format, there are no bans. So players can go ahead and abuse any cards. And yeah, with a total prize pool of $15,000. It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
Yep, it's a lot of cash.
But you got to be top 8. You got to be top 8. So, yeah, it's not guaranteed. Not guaranteed for everyone participating here. But, yeah, we have here all the games starting with Lucas against Nikoko. Then Guriko against Yoru, Soza, Ardentoas, and there we go. First game, baby. First game.
Yep, straight into the first game. Lucas versus Nikoko.
All right, playing.
Sorting something quickly.
Yeah. Right now, it seems like both players rocking some sort of lockbait. No, maybe Nikoko. Okay, definitely Nikoko with the lockbait. And Lucas here is maybe some sort of drill. Looking like drill. We'll see. Some drill control deck.
Yep. Logbait coming out from Nikoko. Just wondering how he's going to utilize the evolution.
Ooh.
It's a hard one to stop that, though. You just don't know. You have to use so much spells to be able to take that evolution down. You're so behind him.
Fortunately for Lucas, he does have evolution cannon, which will do pretty well at getting rid of both of these barrels. But missed NATO here for the bowler, and Coco's going to take advantage of it.
Yep, looking like it. Couple of stabs in the left-hand tower, pulls ahead of Lucas. Looking good so far. Nice defensive cannon in the middle. Princess should be able to clear most of that up anyway.
So, is Lucas running some sort of RG graveyard?
I think he's running. It's Electro Giant. I think he's running.
Oh, Electro Giant.
Anyway, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Got double barrel going down.
Oof.
Lucas trying to activate the tower, but doesn't quite get there.
Wow.
Losing the right hand tower.
Wow.
That was some huge pressure from the Coco there.
Straight away.
He's got a really fast cycle deck, so I think it's hard to deal with it.
My God, Lucas here under pressure in this first game. Has he warmed up? No, it's just, this is going to be an uphill battle for sure. Especially knowing how Nikoko's setting up right now. Already with a Tesla, Dart Goblin, Evolution Cannon going to snipe that Dart Goblin really nicely. But to break through, it's not going to be easy.
Yep, really big push coming through for Lucas, but I think Nikoko's got this.
Yeah. Beautiful Goblin Gang here. And that's pretty much a clean defense from Nikoko. And this looks like GG's well played. With the E-Giant at the back.
He has not taken a single damage.
Yeah.
That
was a clean display from Nikoko, who's been cooking, hitting top 8 at both DreamHack and Barcelona. Very interesting. And flexing a top 1 ladder finish. So Nikoko, not just, may be unknown to the battlefield, but on top ladder, he's here to assert dominance. Beautiful first game.
I think it's quite hard with Lucas's deck, though. He just hasn't got the cycle or the spells to defend that log bait. Plus, I guess the tornado as well didn't quite activate the Kingstar as well and took a huge amount of damage. So had a knight on the right hand side as well. Huge damage there.
Yeah, and
it's really hard to stop log bait sometimes, though, I think.
Yeah, and especially, when you're a tower down and your other tower is already at half HP, woof. Not easy. Not easy for sure.
No, definitely.
But hopefully Lucas will bounce back.
For Lucas, but still 2 more games. Yep.
Yeah.
2 more games to go. Anyone's game at the moment.
To be honest, I felt like Lucas here, not in his... I felt like he may not have been in the rhythm yet. Just just some mistakes, some few mistakes in this matchups. but hopefully he'll be able to bounce back.
Well, he has won CRL before, so I'm assuming he
Yeah.
might do. Could have just
This,
been an off match, like you say, to start off with. Can easily come back in this one. Mohamed Light's not playing today. Like he was Group A that was played last weekend, I think, last Saturday.
Yeah, it's always tough to get into these types of tournaments, especially these CRL warm-ups. But I think once you get into the rhythm, things starts to slowly fit together. But right now, Lucas.
Yeah, with recent card changes and evolutions and Boss Bandit, I think the meta has kind of switched up a little bit. So
yeah, both players not
running
right Boss Bandit. Both, that is
not yet anyway.
Not yet. That's yeah.
Should have the game starting soon. Both players just picking their deck. So
yeah,
2 minutes to pick.
I mean, so the format is they can't pick the cards they just used, right?
Yeah.
So
they have to pick a different deck every time for 3 matches. Which is actually quite hard because you lose a lot of spells that you're maybe used to using, have to use different ones.
Yeah.
It's hard to have 3 completely different decks.
For sure. It is Group C for anyone wondering in the chat. Group C with Lucas, Coco, Guriko, Yoru, Soza, and Arden Toas.
This is all the players playing today.
Yeah,
5 different rounds, so we got loads of matches.
Absolutely.
Not actually in the clan at the moment, so just wonder if they are starting soon. Actually, 2 seconds. I think I'm actually in the clan.
Nice. Could you maybe get some news? They're cooking. You gotta let them cook. Oh, there we go. Right back at it. Game number 2. Lucas looking to come back. Looking to show him who's boss. And rocking the Cannoneer.
He is rocking the Cannoneer, actually. I think that'd probably be pretty helpful against Bridge Spam because it's only single units. This is probably going to be a good matchup for Lucas. Potentially. Looks like he's some form of cycle deck as well.
So you got Bridge Spam from the
Mega Minion. Doesn't see the Mega Minion too often, actually, so not too sure what Lucas is actually going to be playing here.
There.
The Boss Bandit. Knew it would come in.
Exactly. Usually with Cannoneer, I often saw Mortar with Cannoneer. Seems to be pairing pretty well, but right now it is looking like some sort of minor chip from Lucas. Minor poison.
Pure Bridge Spam from the Coco. Not that he's not got minor in his deck. He could be minor, actually. That could be a good shout.
Or drill? Drill, maybe? I've seen a couple of drill poison. We'll see. Right now, Boss Bandit plus
his hand yet, so it could be anything.
Battle Ram here locks on. Despite the Cannoneer and the Boss Bandit charging. Leaving the Battle Ram with 1 HP.
I'm pretty surprised with that, actually. I thought the charge and the Cannoneer would have been enough to stop that. Log going right-hand side, though. Pushing all this back. Don't think he's going to get too much damage done here. Bandit almost charges through again. I like this Bridge Spam deck. We got Bandit and Boss Bandit in the same deck. I can't believe those two actually work together. I guess it works really well in Bridge Spam.
Yeah. For sure. Lucas kind of feeling the pressure.
He is feeling pressure. A lot of pressure on the bridge right now. Double Elixir's coming soon. He could have like a really big card he's hiding away. It could be anything he puts down.
Yeah, it seems like if he would have had a minor... Oh! I was about to say, if he would have had a minor, he would have played it earlier. Minor is not a card you want to keep secret. There's no surprise factor
Yeah,
there.
you want to chip away.
Ooh, Lumberjack almost locking onto the Cannoneer, but Skeletons, they just simply kite the Lumberjack away. Very, very well played by Lucas here.
Royale goes coming down the right though. Lucas is going to have to do something to that. Or he's going to take quite a bit of damage there. Heal Spirit going down as well. Tesla last second, but quite a few swings off there.
Boss Bandit here, locking on again. Hog Rider is going to sneak through, what, one or two shots? That's not bad.
Huge counter push coming though. Lumberjack in the left. Bridge spam coming up the right.
What a beautiful Ice Spirit evolution here. Slowing down twice that Battle Ram. Not able to break through. Boss Bandit, both of them dashing onto wood. It is so difficult to read the Boss Bandit, but Luke is going to take care of it. And sneak a Hog Rider shot.
Yep, gets a quick swing in there, but still loads of pressure coming from the Coco. I think
beautiful
maybe Lucas is catching up a little bit now in the pressure.
It is honestly the more I think about it, the more it's strange to see that. Ooh, Royal Ghost actually splashes. The more it's strange for me to see the Mega Minion in that kind of deck. That is very, very interesting. That's why I thought
I've not seen lots of Mega Minions. I would have thought there would have been other options apart from that one.
I don't think it's been recently
buffed. Phoenix last game, so you wouldn't be able to use Phoenix.
Ooh. Boss Bandit can bait out the Skeletons with the 1 HP. But right now, ooh, Evolution
Battle Ram on the right. Ooh. Not making his way forward. Those Teslas are playing some good defense for Lucas.
Battle Ram at the back here, trying to do that double lane pressure on Lucas. Is that going to work? Both of his towers are at around 1,000 HP, so you kind of want to distract your opponent with both of these lanes. Bandit dashing onto the Tesla. Whew.
Lucas does have the advantage here, though. He's got the spell damage. There's only 20 seconds to go, but he can still spell the bridge.
Hog Rider again?
The hog, get the swing in. Gets the swing. 10 seconds. The Coco needs to do something big here.
That's the all-in push right there.
Is going to be enough either. Battle Ram making its way through, but those Teslas are just way too much.
Wow. By a sliver of health, Lucas is going to be taking game number 2 here.
Yep, some solid control from Lucas. Those Teslas, the Coco just couldn't make it through.
Yeah, it was very difficult to break through these double Teslas. But all right. Lucas bouncing back.
I think you had that was quite a good counter. I think Lucas had to bridge spam.
Yeah,
just purely with the Teslas.
For sure, but you got it.
I mean, he let some damage through at the start there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, caught up near the end and double and triple elixir.
And you got to respect Lucas kind of for coming up with these decks, trying to see how the meta's looking and all right, what can I play? Which card has been kind of underlooked, and that Mega Minion putting in some work.
I mean, it was very surprising, that Mega Minion. I've not seen that, I don't think, in any of the matches so far.
Mm-hmm.
But again, he did use his Phoenix, so he had to use some kind of other strong anti-air for that deck, I guess. You always need anti-air, just in case they go Lava Hound or something.
That's right. Man, here we just saw Gurko.
Not entirely sure which... I'm not entirely sure what decks the Coco specializes in. Because some players do like just Lava Hound decks and stuff, so...
I mean, we haven't seen RG yet. We haven't seen RG, which is
probably going to come next, I think, though.
I think we are going to be looking at
players.
We're gonna if I were to put my money in something, it would probably be some sort of RG Monk evolution hunter deck coming soon. Kind of that, like the safe option. But it's like knowing that that's such a strong deck, do you maybe want to go and counter it? That's two sides to the coin. Let's see how both of these players are gonna attempt to approach this last game of the first round.
Is anyone else having the gameplay blurry? It shouldn't be blurry.
You're talking about the live stream?
Yeah. A few
Maybe.
comments saying we're in the when we're in the game it goes blurry for some reason.
Oh,
It is auto. Actually, wait a second. It was auto
maybe.
1080p, so maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, maybe put the quality at maximum.
Yeah, when it's auto, I think it just jumps down back and forth all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That was maybe my bad actually.
All right.
Right, the next match, Lucas and Coco. This is the last match. We have Evolution Executioner for Nick Coco, and looks like a bait deck from Lucas. Fast cycle bait deck.
Ooh.
It's got 2 spirits in his deck as well, so really fast cycle. Mega Minion coming out for Nick Coco, though. I say we never see Mega Minion, now we've seen it twice.
Yeah, I haven't seen much Evolution Executioner before. These Prince as well. I am absolutely lost here. What is Nikoko running?
That's like quite an unusual deck. He's running
Okay, giant
beatdown.
And we see the new Goblin Hut here. Gonna be stacking those spear goblins here. Look at that. 6 spear goblins.
It's really strong, I think.
For 4 elixir. That is ridiculous.
So fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really hard to stop.
Well, it is.
It's not even so much hard to stop because you're not stopping it. You're just defending with it.
Yeah. But I gotta say, I gotta respect the new reworking some old cards like the Goblin Hut that didn't necessarily fit into the modern Clash Royale playstyle.
Yeah, I just don't think they wanted like loads of buildings and decks, but definitely like a defensive building.
For sure.
It's always good.
Ooh.
I really like the rework though. It's made it a lot more
God.
usable.
That is a lot of damage on both of lane here. Coco soaking up maybe just a little bit more than he should have. Because right now the thing is, you're playing Giant Beatdown, but you're against a Cannoneer with a building. And to break through that...
The Coco's got no log as well, so I think that's just a huge problem. He's not got the spells to deal with the log bait. I think this is going to be his big push, though. If he doesn't get this through, it's going to be it.
I don't see... I mean, the double Goblin Hut... We're looking at like 10 Spear Goblins here. In a matter of like 10 seconds. That's ridiculous.
Look how much I've never seen so much spear goblins in all my life.
That's crazy. Wow.
And there we go. The prince is up, spawning even more. I mean, look at that deck. How can you get through that?
Wow. That is what you call a Goblin Hut. A massive, probably the MVP. Probably the MVP here.
I need to save this deck from Lucas. That's a pretty crazy deck.
And there we go. Kind of using a reworked card to his advantage. And that's what really defines, in my opinion, these top Clash Royale players, where they're able to adapt to the new balance changes, to new reworks. And the faster they're able to adapt, the faster they're able to pick up these new cards in these brand new decks and come out on top when they need it the most.
Oh, definitely. I think that card's maybe a little bit too broken by the looks of things there. I mean, 6 or 7 spear goblins coming out after defense. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think it just looks
from that.
It looks like, I feel like it's just spawning a little bit too quickly, these goblins. That I will...
Maybe it's a little bit. I think it spawns like every 1 second.
Because it just feels overwhelming so quickly. Like, wow, we're talking about a 4 elixir Goblin Hut, okay? This is...
Yep.
This is some
it's pretty cheap card, yeah, for what it is.
My God. But yeah, Lucas here taking the
often
first...
it actually spawns. Yeah, 1.7 seconds. It's pretty fast.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see, I mean, speaking of rework cards, are we going to see maybe a Mega Knight coming on? Because we've seen kind of the rework making it kind of like a 360 dashing everywhere, or dashing all over the place. So are we going to be seeing some
Yeah, the
sort of
Golden Knight. I've not actually seen that so far.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe I mean the one deck that comes to my mind using the Golden Knight was like a drill deck where people would NATO Golden Knight, and it would just cause a lot of problems. So are we going to see that?
I think it's
Probably.
just situational though. If we find, there's a lot of swarm decks, I think it would be probably used quite a lot. But we're seeing a lot
Hmm.
of bait decks, a lot of bridge spam, a lot of heavy E giant tank decks. So I don't know. I just don't think. I think it's quite hard to utilize unless you know your players going mass swarm decks. In my opinion, it's a very situational card.
All right. Next up here we got Ardentoas against Souza. And both players here rocking the Princess Tower. All right. All right, all right.
A little bit of damage coming out. On the left hand tower. Here goes Goblinstein in the back. Not
Goblinstein,
seen that
okay.
card too often.
Interesting.
I think it got nerfed recently, so
It did. I think
not
it
seeing it
it,
used as
it
much.
was the Goblin the Goblinstein's health was nerfed significantly because it
Hmm.
was just connecting onto towers way too often here. Boss Bandit dashing back to safety. Mega Knight tanking on the Princess Tower, and Boulder holding down the fort, but wow. What a beautiful Boss Bandit value
Oh,
right there.
yeah. I mean, considering the pressure, Sosa did very well defending there. I was wondering what else he's running though. Could this be another E giant deck? Every time I see Bowler Fisherman, I think E giant, so
Mm-hmm.
or Electro giant.
All right.
More pressure
Goblins.
coming down the Goblin sign on the left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't know if
I
it's
mean,
going to get over the bridge this time.
for the two last cards, are we looking at Inferno Dragon and maybe some wall breakers?
Could
Maybe
be
some
wall
sort of
breakers, yeah.
some sort of win condition to lock on. Get that tower down. And we're not a big push
Evolution
coming
Mega
down.
Knight's coming out now.
Ooh, Evolution Bats here. Zapped away. And that Evolution Mega Knight here pushing back the Goblinstein. And everybody's locking onto
Oh,
the Princess
Inferno
Tower.
Tower. Gotta stop that Inferno Tower. Inferno Dragon.
And Ardentoas, he's going to take it even more on the right lane, understanding that Souza's kind of overcommitted on defense, and the Ramrouter connects. So both Princess Tower, a little bit over 1,000 HP.
Yep, there's a counter push coming in the left, but Mega Knight manages to shut it down. Boss Band on the right again, though. Guards. Does have a Royal Ghost there still. Oh, that's his.
Goblin Giant,
Yep.
Goblinstein. And you really
I
don't
think
want to
this is
use
going
that
to be an
Goblin.
old deck. That's it though. Too much pressure, too much bridge
Oh.
spam. Oh, not quite there actually. 66 HP to go, but I think it's just a zap or so to finish it off. Don't think he's under too much pressure at the moment.
Definitely a very unusual deck by Souza here. Goblin Giant, Goblinstein. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that deck choice.
I think it was quite an old deck actually when Goblinstein used to be more meta. I think there was definitely decks going about like that.
And the thing is,
Probably
especially
gonna
when you
see Boss
start,
Bandit next.
yeah, and when you start using Goblin Giant on defense, where he's getting arguably the least value out of any tanks in the game, whew, you're in for quite a ride. Quite a ride for sure.
Yeah, I think the problem is just getting it to the evolution stage, and there was too much pressure on him to even get to that point. So
Mhm.
he just needed to get one big solid push going, but never
Yeah,
quite happened.
never happened really. Lucas pretty relentless on the pressure, and yeah, we end up taking it.
Supposedly he doesn't have all evolution, so he has to make work with what he has.
Yeah,
Nikoko, that is.
I think it definitely factors in. You know, we're not really seeing
Not
super meta
Ricardo, sorry.
decks because you know you're using, you can't use the same cards over and over. So you kind of get, as you mentioned, you have to do with what you have, what you've used, and what your opponent used, what kind of spells he used. So you're kind of going to be able to take advantage of whether or not he's got a big spell. He used the rocket, he used the lightning to hopefully take advantage in the following games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised where we haven't seen yet an RG. You know, it feels like kind of the go-to. It's finished. You know, the top 10 players in the world. I think out of the top 10 players, maybe like 5 or maybe more than half used RG, Evolution Hunter, Evolution Snowball as well. So it's Evolution RG. So yeah, looking forward to see. And there we go, Mega Knight. Not Mega Knight, Golden Knight.
The Golden Knight, yeah.
The Golden Knight
Yeah,
here.
definitely finally seen the Golden Knight. Could be
That's
an
right.
RG deck from how do you not say his name? Ardentois?
Ardentois, yeah. Yeah.
Ardentois.
I think
Yeah.
it's, I don't know, it sounds,
Got
I'm not
Hog
sure.
Rider, Mortar. Looks like Sosa has the counter here though.
Ooh.
It's gonna be hard for that Hog Rider to get through, especially with the King's Tower now activated.
So Firecracker Hog for Ardentois. Souza rocking a was it a hybrid? Maybe Mortar RG or Mortar Hog. It seems like there's two sides to this deck, Souza here, and he may want to just keep one of that win condition under wraps until there's a great opportunity to use it.
No, definitely. I mean, Ardentosis has the Earthquake, so he can definitely get through that Hog if he times it well. Just have to see how this match goes. I think Sosa is just going to try and get as much chip damage done as he possibly can. Pressure him with the Boss Bandit right now, though. Hunter's there as well. Don't think he's going to get too much done here.
Wow, what a clean
Boss Bandit
defense right
has
there.
so much hit points.
Yeah,
That was a really nice hit points. But Boss Bandit has a crazy amount of hit points.
man, personally,
Hog Rider on the right, Mortared again.
going up against Firecracker is always really painful because at any point during the game they can place it at the bridge and kind of just start chipping away at your tower, and that's just a pain to deal with.
Yep, if you don't have arrows, it's pretty much over. I really hate seeing the Firecracker a lot of the time. I lose to it 90% of the time. I let it shoot my tower all the time.
And you're like, bro, what could I have done different? You know?
No, definitely. Sometimes
right.
it just gets that value.
Boss Bandit here dashing back, going onto the Tesla, and then finishing Firecracker. She's going to have enough health to dash, but guards were placed down. And right now, Evolution Hunter here locking the Hog Rider. Not going to be getting anywhere in the Crown Tower when you've got a net around yourself.
Nope. Chip damage done from Sosa on the right-hand tower. He's getting that miner down every single time. I think he needs to try and stop it. It's going to get harder when we get to double and triple elixir as well.
But the thing is that Sosa's doing a really good job of kind of baiting the guards for the Boss Bandit and then kind of realizing, okay, okay, Boss Bandit here actually going to lock on just once. But what I was saying here, you see the guards are always placed for the Boss Bandit, which means the miner kind of has a free connection.
Yeah,
and that's going to carry over.
A lot of free reign. Here go the Earthquake, though. Hog Rider's making his way through. Log going down. No swing off this time.
I think here Soza, he has the game on. I think he could win the game if he understands that small interaction where Boss Bandit attracts the guards. Guards are out of your hand, your opponent's hand. Place a miner down and start chipping away. And I think should be good. Oh, evolution Ice Spirit here.
Left lane flow.
That's crazy. Boss Bandit still has enough health. He needs to get kited by the Hog Rider here. With late mortar to catch the Hog Rider, who seems to have an infinite amount of health, but Miner locking on.
Yep.
No,
Miner getting some more chip damage done. Tesla at the bridge. Hog Rider pushing forward though. Earthquake going down preemptively, but
Hog Rider
Hog
gets
Rider
a shot.
the swing. Firecracker gets its damage done as well. 30 seconds to go. A lot of pressure coming down from Sosa. Seems to have gone in the left-hand tower now. Opposed to the right.
Damn, that Miner here causing a lot of problems. But Sosa here is going to have another one coming in here. That champion cycle here is going to have so many miners. And Hog
making his way through. Is he going to get the swing? Oh, it's close. And Firecracker pulls it off.
Firecracker seals the deal. Firecracker seals.
He was still ahead by like 20 HP before that, but yeah. Firecracker does seal the deal indeed.
Wow.
I guess now 2 games. That was pretty quick.
I felt like here Sosa could have done... I don't know. It's difficult, when you have a building to go up against Hog Earthquake, because whenever you place down that building, it just... Between the Firecracker and the Earthquake, the building gets evaporated. And I think Sosa could have gone a lot more aggressive with those miners. Understanding that the guards are going to be used for that Boss Bandit. But now you can lock on. But unfortunate stuff.
Definitely a really hard matchup. I thought Sosa actually had the advantage there with the mortar, but with the Earthquake, it's really hard to stop that Hog Rider getting through every single time.
Yeah.
Just does crazy amounts of damage to buildings. But if he didn't have any buildings, he had another way to deal with it. Earthquake wouldn't have been any use, so it was a bit of a risk taking the Earthquake, but paid off in the end.
For sure.
Let's have a look at the leaderboard so far. So Lucas is top, Grieco second, and Ardentos third.
That's right. Everybody here picking up a victory, and yeah, now it's a matter of bouncing back for the bottom 3. And actually, a little fun fact here: Lucas is I actually checked recently his Twitter account, and he's actually looking for an organization to represent him. So this is kind of this Clash Royale warm-up is going to allow him to kind of display his skills to everyone and hopefully get picked up by an organization, because he's a top 3, top 5 player in the world here, with the last world finals ending, I think it was 3rd place. So yeah, hopefully Lucas will be able to be represented and perform at the best level.
No, definitely. He's definitely got that skill, so he just needs to put the work in, learn all the new decks and different decks, and just take it to the finals, I guess.
That's right.
I'm sure somebody's going to pick him up.
Yeah,
top
I
players
mean,
in Clash Royale.
Yeah, for sure. And it's by performing on these types of events, these types of tournaments, especially the official ones where, everybody's eyeballs are on these tournaments. So it's very important to perform there, especially for Lucas to be represented by an organ. Hopefully, be in the best conditions to play Clash Royale competitively, because it's not easy. It's not easy to do.
Yep, it's not easy at all. I mean, you have to spend hours every day learning these decks and learning the counters to even get close to becoming his level or
Yeah.
becoming CRL level.
And
Like
even
most
if
of these players probably have about like 15 different decks they can use.
exactly, mastering each decks, each matchups takes years and years, and you know, to be able to compete at this level, there's a level of dedication and a grind that's you got to give them the respect they deserve on this one.
Right, we got round 2 of Group C. We have Nikoko versus Ardentos.
Straight away here, Evolution Firecracker. She's back. Everybody's favorite. And at Hog. Wow. Okay.
Hog Rider seems pretty popular in this group so far. I'm just wondering what Ardentos is going for.
Oh, Firecracker not
Giant
dying.
or something like that.
Firecracker at 1
Could
HP.
be balloon, actually. What kind of deck is Ardentos is running?
I think it's Giant.
Because it could be
got,
blue,
it's got to be Giant.
could
It's
be
got to be
giant.
Giant. This is a Giant deck written all over. Giant, you just go for like a Giant Lumberjack Prince, and just things start to get really chaotic. Monk
Getting the ability down for the monk. Quite a bit of damage on the tower there.
Yeah,
Just a little bit chip.
It's a little bit of chip, but you know, as you place down these monks, it's gonna stack up. And right now here, Nikoko with the double hog connection has almost half of the tower done. So Ardentos right now in a tough spot. But again, with those types of decks, it's one push to take the tower down.
Yeah, he just doesn't have a building. He doesn't got log. He's got nothing really to deal with the Hog Rider. He just has to try and get it down as fast as he possibly can before it connects. Which is hard to do when it's coming down your bridge. Evolution Firecracker.
Beautiful Evolution
taken
Zap.
down by the Evolution Zap.
Definitely needed to address that. And beautiful Evolution Ice Spirit slowing everybody down. Doesn't look like much is going to be happening again, there. Though.
Ooh, Prince gonna charge through.
What a beautiful snowball.
Lumberjack goes down.
Wow. Wow.
No damage taken. Still has to deal with the Giant though. I think he's just gonna slow it down.
Oh wow.
Tesla down in the end. That was actually well placed for the Tesla. He waited for it. Waited for the fireball to go down.
What a defense by Nikoko here. By just retargeting the Giant Tesla last second. Beautiful stuff. But now Ardentos, he's like, all right, now I'm going to put some pressure on you. And hopefully try to get more than 600 damage on the tower.
Oh, coming down left-hand tower again. Ardentos not really finding a good way to deal with it. Taking more damage on the tower. Fireball coming down the middle, though. That's a double Giant Prince pressure on the right. Is he going to make it through those Teslas?
Ice Spirit here, going to slow down one Prince, but one Prince kind of sneaks through. He's going to lock on. Nikoko here. That Prince.
It's a lot of pressure.
That Prince.
Does he get the retarget?
Oof.
Does.
You see, it's
push it forward slightly with that Tesla.
These are the types of decks they just require one push, one solid push, and now Ardentos is back in the driver's seat. And right now he has Fireball, he has Zap, so 400 HP, that's 2 Fireballs, 2 Zaps, and that's GG's. Ooh.
Don't know if he's gonna. It might be too much pressure for him to throw down the fireballs though. If the Coco can keep this up on the left. Evolution Firecracker. Skeletons down for defense and Hog Rider coming through now. Earthquake going down. It's too much pressure now.
Wow. Wow. That was just... Honestly, he just didn't have an answer to that Hog Rider. There was just nothing to really effectively take care of that Hog Rider. And despite having a successful push, it wasn't enough. it wasn't enough here. And Nikoko picking up the first game here against Ardentois.
Yep, he just didn't have anything to stop it. He didn't have cannon, didn't have Tesla, didn't have log, just nothing that could force that hog rider back the way. And not enough damage from Lumberjack either to stop it. So it's just a hard matchup for him, I think.
Yeah,
he did have a lot of pressure from that double giant push, though. I thought he was going to take it at that point, and that Tesla knocking the Prince back, that was really well played. I think if the Prince would have, instead of hitting the Tesla, if it hit the tower, I think it would have taken the tower.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely clean. Just is these micro interactions where you log, you push back the Prince, putting that Tesla to soak up that damage, that saved him the tower and saved him the game. So really, really well played here by Nikoko.
I'm just going to go for a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right.
So
All right.
A minute.
I'm going to go ahead and take some water right now. But yeah, an absolutely crazy game here. Absolutely crazy. Damn, the Hawk Firecracker is it's just so painful. It is just so painful. Kardashala, thank you so much for the raid, bro. Thank you so much. It's really painful to deal against a Hog Firecracker because the thing is, you know, you counter that Hog Rider with any kind of melee, any kind of building. And if you have a building, they go Earthquake. And if they go for a troop, they go for a Firecracker. So either way, it's like a guaranteed way of getting some damage here. And we are jumping into the second game here. Ardentois running the Little Prince, which seems to be, I think that's a minor poison deck here. I think that Ardentois here running some sort of minor poison. Nikoko running bait. And honestly, I would much rather be in Ardentois' shoes right now here. With the log, with the poison, you're going to be able to take care of these princesses and hopefully take care of the game. So, right now, Knight walking down the lane. Little Prince is going to be damaged, getting ridden by the Dark Goblin here with a little push. You got to take care of it here with these skeletons. Log on the Goblin gang, on the Goblin barrel here. And Ardentois, just a little bit of chip damage suffered. And now he throws a minor. Beautifully intercepted here by Nikoko, who has the perfect Tau to get rid of that minor. Ice Spirit Evolution coming down onto that Dark Goblin here, and now, all right, it's pretty even matchup, Motic. Pretty even matchup at the moment. And let's see.
They've actually both got fast cycle decks, so I think they're able to kind of deal with that cycle a little bit better than some of the previous matches we've seen.
The Guardian here.
You've seen a lot of heavy decks going to light decks, so double barrel goes down, doesn't really get too much done. Nice defense. Get that minor ship damage done. Does actually connect to the tower, so
yeah.
He keeps letting that happen. It's not going to be good.
Oh, beautifully predicted here. That princess at the bridge. Oh, she's still alive, though. Ice Spirit here to take care of that. And right now, Nikoko going for another barrel. I think, honestly, the thing is, the longer this game goes, I think Nikoko should try some juke barrels. Because once your head is you're locked on, you can easily get bamboozled by a juke barrel.
I think so, but I feel at this level sometimes they just kind of know. Sometimes I think they put it in front, like you put it in front there, but they just know by how it looks where the barrel's going to go. So I think it's just trying to outcycle their spells, outcycle that log, which is really hard to do when you've got insanely fast cycle decks like both these guys do.
Yeah, an insanely fast cycle with a champion. So that makes it even more difficult to outcycle the log here.
Miner coming down that right-hand tower again. He's just getting that chip damage done every single time. Double elixir. How fast did that miner come out? That was like a miner second
Oof.
later after the other miner went down.
Yeah. I mean, once you have that little prince down on the board, it is pretty much, you're pretty much like 3 or 4 elixir away from another miner by the cost of your deck. It is pretty ridiculous. And now, right now, the rocket coming down. This is looking like a rocket cycle to finish the game off here by under Ardentoas, recognizing that Nikoko here with the lockbait, he's just not breaking through.
Yeah, he's just not getting through whatsoever. The miner's just causing way too much chip damage. He's just got the cycle volley, he's got the log, he's got... Well, he had little prince on the left-hand side there, so worked out for him.
Ooh, right now here, Nikoko building up these princes of these Dart Goblins, but look at how effective he is taking care of everything. What a beautiful, beautiful defense by Ardentoas.
Miner coming down again, does block this one though. 20 seconds to go, it might be a little bit too late.
Rocket
cycle coming down now.
Yeah, I think we're going to be looking at one more rocket to seal the deal. Ardentoas is going to be taking the second game, coming back in this best of 3. And yeah, it's down to that last game to see who takes the W. Who takes the W?
Yeah, it's really nice control from Ardentosis there though. The miner pressure was just too much for Nikoko, I think.
Yeah.
He had complete control of that game, I think, all the way through, but he had all the answers to the battles, so didn't have to overspend to actually get them down.
Very clean game. Because usually, I mean, myself, I just start losing track of the goblin barrels, or I just start seeing like 2 or 3 princesses, so I just log them. And then, well, next thing I know, there's a goblin barrel and a juke barrel onto my princess towers, and I'm like, okay, that's going to be a lot of damage.
Yep, for sure. I'm not the best about goblin barrel either, so...
But yeah, they are going to be...
I think it's a hard card to control.
Yeah.
Especially if you've not got the answers.
Yeah, and the thing is, once you get like really into like double, triple elixir, when there's a lot going on, I think the most frustrating feeling is getting juke barreled. Like, you're like, you just know that at any point that your opponent can go for that option, and yeah, never easy. But these pros, as you mentioned before, these pros, they kind of, getting juke barreled, like, come on. This ain't ladder. This ain't top ladder, okay?
I don't think
this. All right.
I don't think I can. Yeah, these guys know where the you can't really bait them. You just have to really outcycle them. How are you supposed to do that when you're only 4 elixir away from your battle each time?
With a champion on the board, it's pretty much impossible. It's pretty much impossible to outcycle.
Yeah.
All right.
Who have we got up next, though? We have... Or is this... No, we've got one more game to go.
This is the last game here. And Lumberjack Evolution.
Could it be Balloon? I always think when I see Lumberjack, I think it's Balloon, but I've been proved wrong in today's groups.
Lumberloon. I haven't seen Lumberloon in a while. And usually when we see Lumberjack, it's with bridge spam or some sort of giant decks. Balloon kind of fallen out of the meta. Just a little bit.
The person I've seen use it is Pompeo. I think last group. I think he used Balloon at one point.
Bandit locking on.
Charge on the tower on the left, though. Bit of pressure coming down. I think they're both pretty much running the same deck, just slightly different with spells.
We do have an Evolution Snowball for what seems to be Evolution Lumberjack, maybe, yeah.
I think Evolution Snowball, though, is like a really strong card right now, especially with Bridge Spam. Because as you're throwing your battle ram through, you can just pick everything up and throw
Yep.
it away.
Oof.
He is running Ram Rider though. Hasn't got the battle ram.
It's got so much XP, HP. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to get nerfed soon. I can see the HP getting nerfed in Boss Bandit.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's way too much. I think it's got more than a Ruin Giant. I don't know if it's the same as a Giant.
Ooh.
Royale's connecting to the tower there, though.
He sneaks
The
through
pressure from the Coco.
despite a barrel. Yeah, it's not easy to take care of. Mother Witch coming down, getting one little piggy, but that's just not gonna be enough.
Boss Bandit charging at the Boss Bandit. Lightning coming down from the Coco. Getting that pressure off now.
All right.
Did look a little bit like he was taking some damage at the start there, but it's coming back in this game now. Ram Rider making his way through.
Wow.
Not got a building to stop it.
That is a lot of damage here coming down. Evolution Snowball pushing everything back, and Ardentoas taking a solid step towards the victory here with that Ram Rider. It seems like, I mean, if you take a look at Nikoko's deck, there are no great Ram Rider counters. Except for you
can say the same about Ardentosis' deck. He's not got any hard counters. He's got the snowball, but nothing to really stop the bridge spam either.
You've got the Executioner, who can kind of push
he
back.
needs to get to evolution stage.
Exactly. And he uses it right now.
Could be an opening for Nikoko.
Yeah, because I would have probably saved it for a bridge spam push here, but
yeah,
hey.
Getting a bit of value out. It's Lightning as well. Boss Bandit trying to make his way forward. Ram Rider stops it in its place.
It's going to get a dash, though. It's going to get a dash. Ooh. Ram Rider ever so close to the tower, but not yet. And look at that push right now.
The heal spirit goes off.
What a beautiful heal spirit.
Yeah.
What a beautiful
I think that Evolution Executioner actually cost him the game.
Wow. Yep.
If he didn't put it down that early and just kind of waited with it, could have actually taken that game there.
Unfortunate.
Nikoko was just waiting for that.
Yeah, I guess
it was pretty unfortunate. That was a crazy match.
He saw an opening. And he took it.
Yep.
And that's what makes a great Clash Royale competitive player. You know, you see that opening, you see that mistake, you see that card out of the cycle, and you're like, okay, now he doesn't have Evolution Executioner. Snowball, I mean, I can basically heal up my Battle Ram, and now the opponent doesn't have anything to get rid of my Battle Ram, and it's GG's.
Yeah. That was, really, really well played from him. I just knew it was his only answer, even though the tower HP was that low on the other side. I think he only had 600 left, and it was close with the Ram Rider there, but yeah. As well with the Ram Rider, if you put that at the bridge instead of putting it right next to the Boss Bandit, I wonder what would have happened. But it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I guess that was just like a clutch, kind of like stop damage in my tower from the Boss Bandit moment.
For sure. And a clutch heal spirit, kind of just reviving, like completely maxing out the health of that Evolution Battle Ram, who's just going to pile through, bounce on that Princess Tower, and take the W.
Yeah, definitely. That heal spirit made a huge difference to the Battle Ram. You don't see heal spirit in a lot of decks, though, but working well with Battle Ram.
If we take a look here at today's matches, Lucas Yoru 1-1. So maybe we're going to be able to see the third game here from Lucas against Yoru. So it's still 1-1 tied. So let's see. Hopefully we're going to be able to see that.
I think we're just getting Guruko versus Sosa next, because they're just getting set up at the moment. So that'll be our next match, I think. I can tell you the results, though, from Lucas's match. They're playing right now. I'm playing for about 5 minutes, so quickly spectate it, see how it's getting on. It looks like Lucas is behind by 1,000 tower damage, even though you guys can't see it. I think Euro might have taken it.
Who's currently leading that third game?
I would say Euro. Got 1,500 tower damage, and Lucas is on 1,000 at the moment. He's got another hog coming down. I wish I haven't actually got it set up for showing the game. I'll get it set up for tomorrow. Yeah,
I mean,
Lucas does lose to Euro.
Oh, wow.
So that makes it
Really?
2-1.
Really? Lucas. Really? If I'm being honest with you, I was expecting Lucas to kind of this group stage to be a formality for such a top tier, third in the World Cup finals. So
it was kind of one of those situations again, though, where Euro was running a Hog Rider cycle deck. Lucas didn't have any real answers for the Hog Rider.
Yeah.
And Euro just kept getting that Hog Rider through. I mean,
yeah.
Lucas was running Mega Knight, but Evolution's Mega Knight is probably the only thing that's stopping that Hog Rider solidly anyway. He was running Mega Knight Prince, so... Right, we're on to the next match, though. Garuko versus Sosa.
All right.
Oh,
both
Rage
players,
from Sosa.
Yeah, exchanging some
Get this
small
bridge
spell
spam again.
Rage. Could that be some sort of bridge spam, or is it a giant? Let's see. There we go.
Evolution Musketeer.
There we go. We got the monk here, looking like the RG. I was getting a bit impatient. Like, guys, we all know the RG.
Still, though, could be E-Giant.
Yeah,
you never know.
It could be. Okay, now that's kind of the nail in the coffin here. Evolution Hunter.
I think
there we
you
go.
Use either card in this deck, though, but we'll just see. I don't know, my stream's slightly behind yours. Fisherman is down.
Yep. I'm currently live. Ham Rider just placed. E-Spirit.
Yep. I think we're pretty close for the stream. Sometimes there can be a delay on one of them, though. Oh, RG does come down.
There we go.
You got your wish.
Yeah. And right now, getting, 3 connections? 2. Wow. Sosa here. Struggling. We take a look at Sosa's deck. Besides the Zappies, and maybe the Goblins, but the opponent does have a Bar Barrel. RG's going to have a lot of fun time here.
I think he's just going to have to hold on to that Ram Rider to try and slow it down and try and take it down. But like you say, there's no real answer to the Royal Giant. Royal Giant going down the right. Zappies is the way.
Yeah, Fireball.
It's got Fisherman as well, so you could pull it across, but it's still going to get loads of shots on the tower.
What a beautiful Fireball for those Zappies. Wow. And right now, Evolution Hunter getting destroyed. What a beautiful Evolution Musketeer to get rid of probably the biggest threat to the push. Wow. But despite that,
Evolution Musketeer still up. Taken up with the Hunter, though.
Wow, a beautiful Evolution Musketeer.
Did be his Zappies down, though, so he's not really got much to stop the RG now.
Are you going RG opposite lane right now? No, okay.
Double Fisherman.
Pulling away at those goblins.
There's a lot of pressures, though, from Sosa. Ram Rider on the left. It's making its way through. There's no way to stop that charge. It's quite a bit of damage. Does catch up in damage now.
RG?
Counter push
no
at the
RG,
right.
okay.
RG is
Wow.
down straight into those zappies, though. Bar barrel blocking the zappies. RG still making his way forward, pulls it into the tower. So it's definitely going to get shots off now.
Wow, what a... That fisherman really backfired because you're pulling straight away that RG and he's going to get some chip right now. Fireball, not enough elixir though, but I think we are getting really close to
Takes
tower
a
here.
shot on the tower, not good. I think that's pretty much taking it. Guruko just needs to spell cycle and defend now. Evolution, Mega Knight. Monk's going to be able to block this, I think.
Ooh, splashing onto the hunter though. No, I don't think. Fisherman,
The Ram
fisherman,
Rider's
you
coming
gotta
down.
hook the Hurrium right there. We go. There we go. King Tower helping out a lot, and that is going to be first game going for Mr. Guriko with a beautiful RG. You gotta look for me. These players right now, they're sleeping on the best deck in the game. You know, like arguably, it's I think Guriko here made the right move to be like, all right, you know what? It may be the obvious choice to go for that RG, but I'm gonna use it anyways. I'm gonna use it anyways.
I mean, RG's definitely a really good card. So one of the top performing cards, I think, even on ladder. You
Yeah,
see at the top all the time.
yeah, it is
Ferkin used to play
absolutely
quite a lot.
dominating, absolutely dominating, and in a way, RG is single-handedly reviving the monk. You know, because I don't see monk
definitely.
being played. Maybe you could say maybe some balloon decks, but even then, like, you want to play the monk in front of that RG, deflect anything coming through, rage up that RG, and it's just, it's GG's. It's GG's.
Yep, especially if you pull it into the tower with the fisherman.
Yeah.
That's always could be a problem.
It's just a lot of ways to basically get rid of any counter to the RG. You can kind of pull it, you can fireball it. We've seen it with the zappies, and yeah, that's basically tower.
I think you need definitely like a solid building to stop that RG. There's no other way of really taking it down or stopping it from taking your tower down.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm actually going to go grab my charger. My phone's going dead, so 1 second.
All right. All right, all right. Pop, pop. Hopefully, I mean, to be honest, I am expecting a lot more from Lucas. I've said it. And now hopefully in the next couple of games, he'll be able to bounce back. But now we're Guriko, Souza. Game number 2. And right now, Boss Bandit, Mega Knight. So both players rocking the Boss Bandit here. Probably, arguably, one of the strongest cards in the game right now. So you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it a lot. And
I would say so. That Boss Bandit is like you say, it's one of the. It's hard to stop. It's like unless you have Swarm in your deck, like what can you do?
because the thing is, even if you try to counter it, it dips away. It dips back, and it's like a new push, and you're like, bro, please, get me a break. Catch me. I need a break. Beautifully taking care of these goblins here is the Boss Bandits. And all right,
An Evolution Wizard from
Yeah.
Sosa, though.
I was gonna
Sosa's
say,
just playing completely different cards than everyone else.
in a way, if I'm trying to understand kind of where Souza's coming from, with that Evolution Wizard, you've got that knockback who's going to be pretty strong against the Boss Bandit. She dashes on there, boop, she gets booped away, which buys you a lot of time. So that's, kind of Souza kind of understanding that, okay, Boss Bandit is it's pretty painful to deal with. Let me try to go for Evolution Wizard.
Is he gonna get through this Mega Knight though? Wizard doing a lot of damage to it. Boss Bandit's somehow still alive.
Wizard's still alive.
Wizard's getting through.
Pretty healthy.
It's tanking
Pretty
for,
healthy.
Yep. Tanking for that Goblin Drill as well. Getting quite a few stabs in there.
Wow. But the right side. So's out here. I think he's in
Much
trouble.
damage.
Looking at his face, he's
Yes.
out of elixir, out of options. Wow. Wow. I think there was some. I think Souza here overcommitting on offense and just realizing that there was just nothing he could have done with that double lane pressure. Guriko here. Beautiful game. Beautiful game.
Definitely. I think that is kind of a problem. I think he did overcommit. I mean, even just putting the wizard down, those minions managed to get through. He didn't really have an answer for those minions afterwards. So
Yeah.
not enough elixir.
I've seen someone in your chat say, so there's no official Clash Royale stream. This is the official stream. Yes, this is the official English
I
stream.
think it is. I mean, I didn't know it was the official stream. But it's like,
Yes, we are.
I thought the official stream was going to be streamed as well on the esports channel. And Twitch
I
as well.
think it would probably be either the finals, because right now this is the groups, the warm-up group stages. So I think we might see the on the official channel, or maybe Clash Royale. They're kind of just restarting the new the Clash Royale League season with a chill tournament. But either way,
it's just chill tournament at the moment.
Either
Just
way,
warm ups to CRL.
We're here to cast it, baby.
When CRL's gonna be starting. Well, CRL will be starting hopefully in a couple months, maybe after this.
I mean, ideally, hope. I mean, we are May, so
We are, yeah.
don't want to rush things. I understand, but we are, closing in on the first half of the year, so if we want to have beautiful monthly finals, giving chances to everyone to shine through, that's we're gonna have to be a bit quicker, But either way, these players, no matter what, these players are going to grind and fight for every golden ticket, every opportunity, reach the world finals, and get a chance at the big prize.
Yep. Yeah, the finals is a pretty crazy prize. I think was it last year? I can't remember how much it was last year actually. Guriko. He is in first. Well, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's change this over. Let's have a look at the leaderboards. Guriko first place, Arden Toetis second, and Lucas third.
Yeah. Guriko here taking a beautiful option here in the group C. Hopefully, this is there are 5 matches, so nothing is set in stone yet, but Lucas here, he needs to make sure he gets to top 2, or even first place, because the thing is, depending on your final ranking, you're going to be matched up with a difficult opponent in the final brackets. Because if you're second place, you're going to be matched up against a player who's been first placed in other groups. And if correct me if I'm wrong, but that's got to be, what is it, Mo and Riley for the Group A, Group B, first place?
Yeah, I think, yep, definitely. It's gonna be
So
matches to come against them.
So it's kind of, in a way, man, group, you really, if you're a top tier player like Lucas, it's first place. First place is going to allow you to kind of at least have the first game, first best of 5 in the brackets. That's going to be pretty achievable, because if you're at first step into the bracket is against Mo Light, woof.
Yeah,
That's going to be tough.
Good. Yeah. I would not like to see that name as the first person I come against.
Yeah, I would be like, you know what? You know what, guys? I'll just go in the losers bracket link. No.
Yeah.
All right.
Just activate the King's Tower and swipe up.
All right, here, rocking Lucas, rocking Evolution Wallbreaker, Evolution Bats. We are... What is... Oh, is that like minor Magic Archer? No? No, it's... I'm not sure. You got it? Yeah, okay. Boss Band. Okay.
Minor Cycle from Lucas.
Boss Band. Yeah.
Another Minor Cycle Wallbreaker deck. These decks have actually performed pretty well so far in the warm-ups. Just because the pure cycle and the defense with the Tesla.
I mean, the thing is, anytime there's a strong card, whatever it is, you're going to find it in a minor cycle deck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's an automatic. Okay,
minor nerfed.
Little Prince was OP. Let's put him in a minor deck. Boss Band's OP. Let's put him in a minor deck. Anytime, it's kind of the go-to. Like, all right, I'll just abuse this card even more in a minor cycle deck. And on top of that, the new broken card is a champion, meaning you can cycle really, really quickly those minors and chip away really, really easily at your opponent's tower.
Yep, Guriko with a strong push coming out the right hand side has the Royal Giant going down.
Yeah, and for those of you not like thinking, you know, RG's only played at the bridge. The reasoning behind this RG at the back is you play it so that you either have enough to build a push in single elixir, like what was done here, or you're going to be able to split lane push, meaning you go for an evolved RG on one side, and then once it crosses the bridge, you go on the other side with another RG, and your opponent's like, what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, I think there was a couple CRLs ago, literally that's what was always played all the time, was double RG at the back, because you had enough elixir and cycle to be able to get through to the RG. So you'd always have double RGs. By the time the other one got to the front of the bridge.
Exactly.
It's like really hard push to stop.
Not going to connect,
though.
Lane
pressure.
Not going to connect.
Not this time.
But yeah, that seems like the game plan to follow. Because the thing is, if you're Lucas here and you've only got one Tesla, what is that one Tesla going to do against two RGs? You know, against one RG, it's already pretty difficult. But against two, it's like, okay, you're asking a wait. This is above my pay grade, you know?
Yep.
All right.
But normally they have enough cycles to get two out, so if you've got two RGs, I'm assuming there's going to be two Teslas.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Guriko still getting that chip damage right-hand tower. Lucas looking for a way to get through. Here we go. Evolution Wall Breakers on left. Yeah. Hunter goes down. Breakers do get a little bit of damage on the tower. I don't think it's what Lucas was looking for, though.
Yeah, Lucas was like, okay, you're going to go RG at the back. I'm going to go into pressure opposite lane. But just did not break through. And right now the Monk deflecting that Princess Tower. The RG still has a lot of health. Another RG comes down. And now things are not looking great for Lucas.
Still pressure coming up left-hand lane. Skeletons dealing with it. So
clean defense though.
From Guriko.
Clean defense.
Only 30 seconds left in the game. Wall breakers go down again, but they get stopped right at the bridge.
Yeah.
I don't know if Lucas is going to be able to cycle this down in time. He's got 20 seconds. He needs to get quite a few miners out to get damage.
What a beautiful Hunter to intercept the miner here. And the thing is now, you can't even place down a miner because the Hunter is going to catch him in his net. Skeletons to catch the miner again. A beautiful, beautiful way to defend the tower here by Guriko, who is going to take first game in this best of 3. What a beautiful miner defense.
Yeah, it was a really good control from Guriko. He did have quite a good cycle deck, so dealing with wall breakers wasn't as bad, I think. A really nice defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think he allowed even one miner to get any real damage off in the tower. That Hunter was down every single time.
For sure. For sure. That hunter was just not. Was just enough to take care of the miner and to take care of pretty much everything.
Yep, pretty much. I think it almost like one shot, well, it literally did one shot wall breakers rushing towards the tower as well.
Yeah.
So that hunter did really well.
And right now, we are one game away from Lucas's second loss. So that could be pretty detrimental to the first place spot here for Lucas. And Gurico really taking a, kind of leading this group pretty handsomely with a what is looking like a third win in a row.
Yeah, Gurico's looking really solid. I think even at this point he's almost first place, even with 2 more rounds to go.
Yeah, for sure.
He would have, I think, he would have to 0 and 2 the next 2 rounds to come down a bit, but looking really strong so far. He's been solid. There's all his plays, all his defense, no real struggle there.
Yeah, Gurico, a little fun fact, he participated in the previous World Finals and got 7th, 8th place. So he's not unknown. He is here to assert dominance and coming up here with a pump straight up.
Is this going to be 3 Musketeers? Is it going to be bridge spam? It's hard to say. I would like to see 3 Musketeers.
I've actually played
use that much.
I like to experiment with things on grand challenges, and I'm pretty sure Gurico is running an Archer Queen Battle Ram deck where you place down the pump, and if they go for a big spell on that, then you can have a lot of value with that Archer Queen. So is that
could be that deck? I think I saw that in the past couple groups, maybe that similar deck. I'm just kind of hoping it's 3 Musketeers. I used to play 3 Musketeers all the time, so got 12 wins in grand challenges all the time with 3 Musketeers back in the day.
3 Musketeers is a pretty dead card, to be honest. For 9 elixir. It may need some sort of rework or something, because it's just not in modern Clash Royale. It just doesn't work too well.
Well, we'll have to see if its evolution is ever going to come out. I'd be curious to know what they're going to do with that.
Evolution 3 Musketeers. Wow. They're already working on it. You know that. But all right now here, Gurico having a crazy elixir advantage here. Double pumps on the board.
Lucas has any spells to deal with it, though. We don't see any big spells. He might have lightning, but no real big spells.
I mean, if he had a big spell, he would have used it on at least 1 pump. So
yeah,
right now,
I would say so.
I don't even know. His last card is Monk. Yeah, exactly. I was like, he doesn't even have a big spell. There we go.
Yeah.
And that is going to be easy. For me here, Gurico here is just pump. Just keep on pumping, dude. That's the game plan. Pump, and hopefully you'll be able to make such a massive push that your opponent's going to be pretty much done so.
Well, that's a lot of pressure right now, but Lucas is doing a good job of clearing it up. That hunter, but a lot of Evolution Barbarians on the left. Battle Ram comes through, straight into Monk. Doesn't get through either.
Pump again.
Well played, Lucas.
Pump again, Mr. Gurico. That's your game plan, dude. Your opponent, this is
so far ahead in Elixir.
For me, this is, if Lucas manages to pick up a W there, that would be quite remarkable.
I would say Lucas has the counters to the bridge spam, so it's possible.
Yeah, but
trades off here.
You may have all the counters in the world. If you have infinite elixir, it's like, well,
yeah,
that is gonna be.
Oh, there we go. I think this is gonna be it. This might be too much pressure on the left. Battle Ram making his way through. Hunter is there though. Oh, that Hunter does a good job clearing up. Again.
Bandit connects. Heals
Hunter's the real value here. Oh, right hand side as well. Too much pressure, I think.
We may have a window here, but
counter push.
The barbs.
No, straight into barbs.
Straight into Evolution Barbarians, and nothing is gonna break through. Guards, Hunter trying to break through. E-Spirit stunning the
Straight
bat
into the
around.
character push as well. This is gonna be it. Maybe not actually. Clears it up in the end.
Wow, Lucas kind of hanging
Look
in
at the
there.
elixir bar though.
Yeah. Hanging in there for sure.
Yeah.
And right now,
He just can't get
big
through
push.
those barbs though. He's got no spell for them.
He's got no
Hunter.
spells.
How
That
he supposed
is
to get that through?
so annoying against the barbs, against the Archer Queen, and most importantly, against the Elixir Pump. If you don't have a big spell, that's a free 2-3 Elixir advantage you're getting. You're stacking up. But right now, Gurico out of pumps. He's out of pumps, but he does have a huge damage lead on both Lucas's tower.
Don't know how Lucas is going to get through here. He would need to pop 2 Royal Giants right now to even get through, I think. Too much of an elixir advantage still.
Yeah, arrows are going to be coming down soon. And Gurico going to take the W here. And honestly, almost sealed first place. Like, this is... He's beaten pretty much everyone in his path, including the top dogs like Lucas. So Gurico taking a solid option into the final brackets. So really, really impressive stuff here from the Japanese player. From S.
Literally 2-0 in a row twice.
Yeah.
2-0 to Sosa and 2-0 against Lucas as well.
He
He's only
is
dropped 1 match so far against Euro.
Yeah. For sure, for sure.
I think Euro's actually looking pretty good as well. I mean, he beat Lucas as well. Euro only lost to Gurico, so he could be second place here.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. So really, really impressive from Gurico in this group stages. And Lucas here not catching a break. And hopefully he manages to get, at least top 2. I think maybe top 3. I think top 3. I think you got to be amongst the best third place to go through the brackets.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
For sure you do. He could be top 3. I think it's between maybe Lucas and Ardentos and Ardentos. I think it's between them two for third place, but Gurico and Euro for first and second.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, who have we got coming up next? Let's go have a check how they're getting on.
I mean, Yoru against Ardentois. Nikoko just lost 2 sets here against Souza. So we should be looking at Yoru versus Ardentois here.
Mm-hmm. I'm always scared of pressing battle there, so I'm just going to close my phone. I've done that once before in a professional match where I was casting it and I accidentally pressed battle, and I don't think anyone was happy. So,
and you were
just, swiping up a bit.
Were you spectating in game?
Yeah, in game.
Oh wow!
So, and then obviously I revealed the player's deck, and there was a whole thing. But yeah,
wow,
not so good. But that was quite a while ago. It was obviously an accident, but it's obviously not good to reveal a player's deck. So
yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Ardentois against Yoru. And Ardentois running minor evolution bats. All right. And Yoru looking like some sort of bridge spam. Some sort of bridge spam here against Cannoneer.
Yeah, I think that Cannoneer is going to, again, help him out against the bridge spam.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with a lot of single target units. He's running cards though. I think he's looking to try and counter the boss bandit, but there's no boss bandit.
Yeah.
Ardentos' deck. I think it's going to be mortar.
Yep. It is
mortar.
It is definitely looking like an evolution mortar. Maybe, I think usually they run no cannon card. I was gonna say maybe Ice Wizard here, but it's gonna be a beautiful cannon card coming down the lane, and now he's gonna be able to set up for a mortar. There we go. What a beautiful execution.
Come out the right hand side. Executioner is dealing well with it. This is the new cannon card as well.
The new cannon card. That's right. That's right. I was like, what's going on here? What is going on with the rework?
Took a second for me as well, and I was like, yeah, they got changed recently.
Yeah, you gotta get used to
it. Or a nerf supposedly, but yeah, it can take obviously a big hit with the shield from like a rocket or something, for example. But with this, it goes over now, so not as strong as it used to be before, even though it has 5% more HP.
For sure. All right, Skeleton King at the back taking those souls. And let's see if he's going to be able to make a push out of this.
Split lane pressure. Got the mortar going down the right. Evolution Executioner's there to defend, though. Places his cannon cart a bit better this time, though, so doesn't get the Executioner at the same time. Targeted by the Executioner.
Yeah, I think
he was going chipping in the back again.
He was definitely expecting that Executioner at that exact spot. So let me just place my cannon cart a little bit on the left. Take care of that Executioner and hopefully make a small push right there. So Ardento is kind of switching up a little bit of his plays, and Evolution Mortar first of the game.
Yep, Ram Rider clearing it up though, pretty healthy still. Does get a connection off. I think it's going to be the difference with miners again though. I think Ardentosis, if he gets that miner and every time
the Goblin Gang got a lot of damage. It's these Spear Goblins. Oof.
I'm actually surprised we haven't seen as much Goblin Huts. We've only seen it played from Lucas so far.
Wow, what a snowball
gets the
right
connection.
There. What a snowball.
A lot of damage. Just brought it straight back.
Ooh, no, that's just not going to be enough against the Evolution Executioner.
I don't think anything's enough against the Evolution Executioner in defense. Such a strong card.
Oh, that's such a beautiful
lightning going down. Ram Rider getting through.
Ooh, that's a big axe. Yeah, that's a big axe right there. And Yoru going to take the first game against Ardentoas here. A beautiful Executioner. Ram Rider Lightning deck to absolutely bamboozle this Cannoneer Mortar deck from Ardentoas.
Snowball going down. Ram Rider getting through. Yoru taking the first game.
All right. Yeah.
Players this set.
Group stages. Currently Group C. Tomorrow will be Group D. And then the Phase 3, which will be a double elimination bracket next week. So looking forward to that. And yeah, players kind of taking, by finishing first, second, third, you're really conditioning who you're going to get matched up against. And if you can avoid one of the big dogs right now, then it's definitely something you want to do.
We've got the next match starting momentarily.
All right. Sounds good.
Yoru versus Ardentosis. Should start in a second. Lucas played Dark Goblin twice in the round one. I'm not too sure. I think they would have picked that up.
Yeah.
Each set you get to play different. Each set you reset with the deck. So
yeah, you definitely don't want to you don't want to forfeit a game because you've accidentally used the same card twice.
Yeah.
We
automatic forfeit if you do that as well.
Exactly. I mean, it is the warm-ups, but like there's a limit to warming up,
Yeah,
Come on,
got
dude.
The rules. We have rules.
All right. RG
coming out for Yoru though.
Evolution Hunter Monk. What is it? Gonna be like a fireball Fireball, E-Spirit, Skeletons. Yeah. The good old
I think it's going to be
RG.
hard though. Again, it's one of these kind of like decks where Euro does not have a building. He's got a hunter, but he hasn't really got full answers for this Hog Rider.
Yep.
Ardentosis could probably just get it through every single time.
For sure.
And he has got the Tesla for the RG, so Tesla's going to be a good do well against that as well.
For sure. For sure. For sure, that Hog Rider is going to have a good time. You just, if you are Yoru, you just want to have that evolution hunter. Every time there's a Hog Rider, you got to meet him with an evolution hunter or an evolved hunter to hopefully take care of that hog. And on top of that, you got to worry about that Firecracker.
Yep. You actually use the Fireball and the Firecracker as well, so I think you need to use it the
Push me.
Tesla Tower, maybe to get damage on the Royal Giant. Activation of the King's Tower, though. That's good on Euro's side.
Yeah, long term, that is going to be really, really helpful to be able to pull that hog in the middle. And right now, Evolution Hunter just catching that boss bandit and just
That's
removing it from the game. Which is...
that's one way to deal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Just make it so it can't do nothing.
Monk ability right there.
Coming
Monk
through. Monk is tanking everything.
Log? Oh, I thought the log was
going to be a struggle.
Slap back here. Double Fisherman.
Like RG's. Oh, Fireball miss. I think he was trying to hit the Firecracker that never appeared.
Ooh.
Quite a bit of damage done there. Hog Rider come down left, straight into the Hunter though. Does deal with it.
Wow, what a beautiful set of skeletons. What a beautiful set of skeletons. Distracting the boss bandit on the left and the evolved Firecracker on the right. Wow.
Trying to build up the RPG push again.
Yeah,
Hog Rider goes down. Again, straight into the Hunter.
They kind of know the drill. Evolution RG at the back. Hopefully to play another one on the right. And yeah, hopefully break through. Ooh, second
Tesla going
Tesla.
down. Fireball going down on the Tesla this time. I don't think RG's going to get anything done though. Boss Bandit deals with it. RG again. Some fast cycle.
As soon as that... Ooh,
Hog Rider coming
those
down,
skeletons. All those skeletons are going to distract the fisherman.
That was a crazy
skeletons,
to be honest with you.
That's the trap right there.
Hog Rider to get so many strings through.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been on those. You know, you're kind of tempted to use that fisherman because it's probably one of the best counters to the Hog Rider.
RG though, I thought that was getting a full connection off. Manages to log it back. Double RGs at the bridge. Too much pressure coming forward.
Another Tesla.
Hog Rider on the right though.
Oh, the log.
Does get the log and the ice electro spirit this time.
And that's gonna
be like that game. Well played. That was close. That pressure, honestly, with the double Royal Giant on the left, I thought that was it. Ardentosis.
Yeah.
Usage of the Tesla was pretty good.
That's the game plan right there. Double RGs. And the thing is, we've seen it. Players expect to face the double RG. But it's like, what can you do? What can you do?
Yeah, I just don't think it's easy to deal with. But yeah, Ardentosis managed to deal with it pretty well that match.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But you mentioned, you know, Goblin Hut. I don't know. Because the thing is, if your opponent doesn't have a spell, some of those decks just didn't have a big spell. So I think Goblin Hut could do really, really well.
Yeah, definitely. It's really hard to get through that. Plus the counter push with it as well. You're forced to use a small spell or something on the counter push. So just waste even more elixir on it. So you've already got like 5 elixir, 6 elixir, depending on the tank. And then on top of that, you've got to spend another 2-3 elixir just to take it down.
Yeah.
We've only seen it once though. That was from Lucas, so pretty surprised at that. It looked like it did so well in that match as well, but it might have just been that matchup. He was running like, what was that, a giant prince or something like that
Mm-hmm.
when the game was actually happening. Just waiting for the players. They get 2 minutes in between it each match to sort their decks, etc. So
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be too much longer.
Yeah, to kind of just take a look at what's been played and pick the best option. Because honestly, half of the battle is won at the deck selection screen, you know. Because having the right matchup, the right understanding of what's been played, which cards have been played, which cards haven't been played. All right, I'm going to use that to hopefully get the best of this second game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of the players have coaches who pick decks for them. They've just got to focus on being able to play them. So there seems to be like 4 or 5 decks everyone's playing right now, though. RG, Logbait, and Mortar, Hog Rider.
Wow. Arrows on a fire spirit. Ooh. Archers. Oh, and Goblin Hut. Wow, okay, wow. We asked for novelty and we got it. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's going to spawn so much goblins. Look at that.
That's crazy.
I mean, all in all, it can spawn, what, like 15, 16 goblins? If something's standing
I
there
think
long
so.
enough.
If nobody damages it, poof.
Oh, there we go, though. Mortar coming out from Euro, trying to get some pressure on. Guards are going to bait it away. Dark Goblin's probably going to clean it up. Arrows down. That's a nice bait with the arrows, but does have the Goblin Gang to kill.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit too aggressive with those arrows because you know you're going up against bait. Using arrows on a Dark Goblin, gotta be aware that as soon as you do that, boom, Goblin Barrel's gonna drop.
I didn't have it on I had it on the caster screen. I didn't have it on our screen, so I think for the last 2 minutes, no one's seen any gameplay.
Whoops.
That was my bad. Right, so we have the Goblin Hut is in the middle again. See how much goblins it spawns out this time. Archers get a little bit of damage on it though.
Mortar here gonna be able to clean up that Goblin Hut. Oh, it actually still spawns one goblin at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mighty Miner coming down at the back now. Just wondering how he's going to pressure here. Going to see probably another battle coming out soon.
Ooh,
which tower though?
Fire Spirit does splash. Despite a skeleton.
He's going to go offset lane pressure here. Oh, maybe not. It's a huge push coming out. Cannon Cart's going to be able to defend that mortar. Dark Goblin going down. Evolution. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem to clear up.
Beautiful archers.
Those archers are down though.
Ooh.
Mini magic archers. Mortar in the right again. Big push coming forward.
Yeah.
I think he managed to get a connection off with the left to the cannon cart. There's not enough damage there yet.
And
Does that take down the shield?
That's a lot of skeletons right there. Oof.
Making his way through. Oh.
One skeleton.
Cannon cart didn't get there in time.
One skeleton dealing some ridiculous damage on the crown tower here. And on the right as well, Mortar taking the tower below 1000 HP. Yoru taking a huge lead here. And Artotoa is feeling the pressure.
On the field, though. I've never seen split lane pressure with a mortar before, but Yoru's doing it. With 2 mortars, anyway. Skeleton King down the left. Don't think he's going to be able to get through here. Nice defense with a miner.
Archer locks on. Right. That's a lot of damage. That's more damage than you can really afford here. One hit is probably, what, 200, 300 damage from the Evolution Archer? That's That's just not something you can afford. And it just seems like Ardentoas just can't come back.
That was pretty much just a free
Wow.
Goblin Hat, I think. So, yeah,
Wow.
a couple stabs. That's it.
Evolution
taking the
mortar
first
locking
game.
on. Beautiful.
It didn't get value through the Goblin Hat that time because obviously everything was mortar
Yeah.
related. So everything was on
Exactly.
the other side.
Exactly. And in a way, that rework is kind of just showing that in certain matchups, in certain decks, Goblin Hut's going to get a lot of value. And in others, it's just going to be a sitting duck. A building that's just going to stand there. And yeah, that's a...
It's probably better against like a lot of beatdown decks,
Yeah.
giant decks,
I think it gets beat down.
stuff like that. But
beat down
yeah,
with like lightning, with some sort of beat down lightning, beat down with a big spell. Goblin Hut is going to be a beautiful, beautiful defensive building to play. But it's very refreshing. It is very refreshing to see a new sort of play style with a card we are all familiar with. And to see how
been there for such a long time.
Yeah, and how that Goblin Hut is going to be able to kind of evolve in modern Clash Royale. It's going to be very, very interesting, and looking forward to see what these players come up with, which decks, which combos to get the most out of that Goblin Hut.
Yeah, it's definitely matchup dependent, so I think it's hard to use that card sometimes, but I like the way they've changed it though. It's really, really good change. It's just like I just don't think they want kind of like a lot of swarm kind of building based decks.
Yeah.
But that just changed it to something.
Yeah, because it's a pretty passive way of playing Clash Royale. It's a pretty passive way of playing Clash Royale, and that's Clash Royale is all about that back and forth, that trading, aggressiveness, and regular traditional spawners just didn't fit in that. So I'm glad they've tuned that. And here we're currently looking at the leaderboard, and Gurico alone at the top here, 3 victories, 0 losses, and sitting on top. And Lucas right now top 4 at the moment.
I mean, it's been a hard group though. Gurico and have been playing pretty solidly all the way through.
Yeah.
Same with Ardentosis. So it's just a hard match, I think, for him. And he had a few counters there as well, so against him. So I think it's just situational sometimes when it comes to that type of stuff.
For sure. But hopefully, I am secretly hoping Lucas will bounce back for sure. Knowing the caliber
to win this next set, even
I mean, right now it's pretty much do or die for sure. It's pretty much do or die here at this point.
Well, I guess if he takes the next 2 rounds, he could kind of go up to third, maybe potentially second. But all depends. Next, we have Lucas versus Sosa coming up next, though.
That's right. Let's see. Lucas here. Let's see what he's going to be cooking with. Kind of taking a look at what has been played. And are we maybe he's going to bring back the Goblin Hut? Maybe. I don't know. I think he's got to try something new.
He could take that Goblin Hut out. Sosa's been running a bit more kind of heavier, tankier decks, I guess. So the Goblin Cut could work against him.
Absolutely.
I would say Sosa's probably playing the most unusual decks, potentially. So we'll see what he comes away with this time against Lucas. Right, here we go. Next match, Lucas versus Sosa. Electro Spirit coming out for Sosa, Log for Lucas. Not really able to figure out the decks. We got Magic Archer again from Sosa, though. I mean, Wizard, sorry. Yeah. I don't know why I call them Magic Archer. I mean, Wizard Magic Archer.
It may be the hood, but right now
it
here, Wizard coming back. It is very, very interesting how You know, one of the upsides of these evolutions, a lot of people criticize evolutions, but it is able to bring back cards like the Wizard, which was nowhere to be seen, especially on the competitive scene. So it's seeing the Wizard kind of just, yeah. It's,
I don't think I think the same until that evolution came along. Wizard was literally nowhere to be seen in the
yeah.
competitive scene.
So in a way,
Not until Sosa
evolutions,
came along anyway.
beautiful, beautiful King Terra innovation here. But yeah, it's good to see those some OG cards getting some love, like the Witch, like the Wizard, and hopefully not too broken. Hopefully, right now, for those of you wondering, Witch is currently banned. Evolution Witch is banned, so players are not able to pick her. But right now, we're gonna see a beautiful display of the Goblin Hut, both tanking really well and dealing some massive damage against DRG.
Yep. Good pressure still coming out from Sosa, though. I think he's just using kind of odd cards as well. It kind of throws his opponent off. I mean, if I saw a Wizard and I never play against it, it'd be pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, because it's just out of your routine. You're kind of like, okay, I'm not used to playing that. I'm used to playing a certain types of cards with certain types of interactions. And that's just not the case with the Wizard. Look at that RG getting deleted. That's ridiculous.
Double HUDs down, though. Rage just in time as well, so this Goblin's just got taken down straight away. Lumberjack's there as well still. A couple of chips on the tower.
Oh, that's like 600 damage right there. Wow.
That's
that Ghost.
A lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage for sure. Wizard coming in for that boss bandit. You will be protected by the guards. And Hog Rider goes on the right, gets
I think we're going to see a lot more Hog Riders now, though.
Yeah.
This is double elixir. RG coming down. Log going down as well.
Oh, the Lumberjack on the left. Lumberjack on the left. Oh my god.
I didn't actually see that. That's a lot of damage from Lumberjack.
Basically, Sosa went Lumberjack at the bridge on the right, and Lucas mistimed his skeletons, which did not pick up the Lumberjack, and he ended up doing like 1,500 damage by himself, which is ridiculous. Wow.
Yep, Hog trying to get through, but Fisherman stopping it. Yeah, it's not looking good for Lucas at the moment. Log going down the right.
Evolution Lumberjack
coming down again.
Coming down the right lane.
Sneaks in with X Ghost, though. You just don't notice it sometimes, I think.
Oh, that Wizard getting that splash.
Firecracker. It's a big push. Don't know if he's going to be able to stop this one.
Oh, the Lumberjack gets rid of the Ice Spirit, and RG gets a connection. Wow. Wow. The value.
Spell damage to take this down. I think
Lumberjack is currently the MVP. Miles ahead. And right now, 24 HP left for Lucas's tower. And that's going to be GG's. Game 1. And Sosa here sneaking his way with a Lumberjack rage push that kind of just caught Lucas off guard.
Yeah, I just don't think he didn't see the Lumberjack in the right and just went straight to his tower.
Because
hard to stop that.
The thing is, what's really, really interesting about this push is that he went for a Lumberjack and he also raged the Lumberjack before dying, which is something that you never see. And yeah, really, really, really beautiful play here by Sosa, who kind of just throws off, just out of the, because you can get into a natural rhythm when you're playing Clash Royale, but once your opponent just throws this weird combo, this weird Lumberjack at the bridge, you're like, what? I'm confused.
Yeah.
And you end up taking a lot of damage.
Having a double rage as well helps a lot.
That was crazy.
Alive for a bit longer. The fact that you can't even do anything to the Ghost, I think, is the problem, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they did nerf it. It was a lot stronger before. I remember it used to like leave the rage and then still carry on for quite a bit longer. But
I mean, originally it was so disgusting, especially in 2v2s, because you could actually infinitely rage the lumberjack ghost without ever being able to actually take care of it. So that was kind of the, the good old, not necessarily the good old days, but the people definitely exploited this lumberjack. But now we're back in game number 2, and Lucas, honestly here, this is a must-win game. The second and the third game of this best of 3 are must-wins if he wants to remain in this Clash Royale warm-ups.
Yep, definitely let's take this down. Sosa coming out with a miner deck. Not entirely sure what Lucas is going for so far. Mighty Miner goes down though. There goes the mortar. Opposite lane pressure. Is he going to run the miner over to the other side?
I'm thinking here Lucas might be running some sort of drill. This is definitely looking like a drill deck here for Lucas, who's going to have that evolution snowball to knock back anything here.
I don't think the evolution snowball is going to do too much, depending what else he has.
Beautiful guards here to catch that
Guards
miner.
Going down.
Bat's gonna chip away.
Chip damage done though.
Beautiful miner. Beautiful.
There we go. There's the goblin drill.
There we go. Goblin drill here as expected.
Skeleton King though.
A beautiful counter.
Skeleton King to defend it.
A beautiful counter.
This is such a hard counter to that.
All right, here we have a Mighty Miner that's going to be taking care of that Skeleton King. And yeah, these are pretty even matchups here. We have a mortar on one side, a drill on the other. It's going to be able to spam drills on the tower. And right now it seems like the best option.
Playing really safe.
Yeah, and the best option seems to be a simple miner bats push.
Yeah, for sure. You have a little push coming to the left-hand side. Don't think it's going to get through with that mighty miner there.
Guards to intercept both the miner and the goblin king. Beautiful snowball onto the skeleton king and its skeletons. And an ability going to be popped to get rid of those bats. And things are looking pretty tough for Lucas again, because the thing is, every time you drill, you're going to be welcomed by a skeleton king. And that skeleton king, it splashes and it gets rid of that goblin drill really, really easily. But now it's out of hand.
Cycle is the problem.
Now it's out of hand.
Yep.
And now we're going to get a lot of damage here on the drill with the evolution snowball. Not even, actually. Not even.
So it's again a bit.
Oh, the mortar!
Coming up the right.
The mortar misplaced. No, Souza, one tile away. Been there, done that.
Is it? Oh no.
That is.
I've done that so many times.
A difficult pill to swallow for sure, but honestly, not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. It just removes that offensive threat, but it's still great on defense. Still great on defense.
Left-hand side taking a bit of pressure, clearing it up though. Mortar going down again. In the right place this time though. Lucas looking to get a little bit of damage on the left. Gets the poison off, gets a little bit of value there.
Yeah. Hopefully that's that mortar, evolution mortar misplacement doesn't end up catching up to him. And Skeleton King at the back. Going for one more push. And on both lanes. Okay.
Yep, split lane pressure. Mortar does not lock on, I don't think. Nope. Bats making
those
their
bats
way
are
forward,
still
though.
alive.
Those are evolution bats as well.
Oh, what a beautiful
nice
evolution cannon.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm surprised we haven't actually seen more of evolution cannon. It was in the past couple of groups, we saw a lot of it. It's just an insane defensive card.
For sure.
Fireball going down. Beautiful. Nice placement with the fireball. Miner not getting on the tower though. Drill on the left.
Oh.
Could still be anyone's game. Lucas catches up on the left hand side. Fireball goes down. Lucas needs to get some damage off here.
Oh, that
Don't think
bats.
this drill's going to be enough, though.
The
Sosa
minor
takes
bats.
it 2-0.
The minor bats was the combo that really just Lucas was just helpless. He was just every time he would defend the minor bats, minor would be placed behind that crown tower, and that meant the bats could just easily go for that crown and chip away, and at the end take the W here. Lucas suffering his second 2-0 loss in a row, and that is probably going to seal the deal here for Lucas in this CRL warm-up.
Seems like it, actually, yeah. He would be 4th place for sure.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, I don't know how we would be able to come back in this at all.
Mm-hmm.
Guriko losing every single match.
Even then. Even then. Not gonna be easy. But yeah, the thing is, the way I see this.
We're actually getting the Cocos and Euros match now.
All right. I was not expecting. We are.
I think we're a bit ahead of the timing at the moment, so we need to, before we go on to the next stage, I think we need to have these matches done.
All right.
Well, we have Evolution Valkyrie from Euro, so first time seeing that today.
Yeah. And it seems like some sort of rocket cycle ultra defensive deck. You love to see that. You love to go up against that.
Yep.
Ooh, Boss Bandit locks
Boss
on.
Bandit making his way through, though.
It locks on.
It's like Nikoko's coming back.
Wow. That Boss Bandit, man. I've said it so many times, but it's just the amount of health is so disgusting.
Yep, it changes games with those charges. Hog coming forward.
No ability for the Boss Bandit.
Go for the Tesla line, though.
Lets the Boss Bandit die, which is quite surprising. He does protect the Firecracker here, who's going to get a bunch of damage again. Firecracker really putting in a lot of value.
Bridge spamming everything. I haven't seen a single card that's not been at the bridge from Nikoko since this game started.
Yeah.
Hog coming forward.
I mean, that's how you want to play it, though. The thing is, that's how you want to play it.
For sure. Prince on the other side, though, does not get the ability off. Hog.
That's still Earthquake.
Getting through this time.
No, that's not. That's anti-Earthquake placement. Probably.
I think that is anti-Earthquake range. You'd have to put it directly on top of it. Boss Bandit, though. It's a big push coming forward.
Hog Rider at the back. That is such an interesting play right there. I just love how we're seeing these Hog Riders at the back, RG at the back, so that you cycle to another one, and that's actually the one you want to connect onto the tower. The first one is just a decoy.
Yep, I think Euro's just going for rocket cycles now. He has got the spell power to take this down.
It is 2 rockets away. Now 1.
Yep.
So the pressure's on for
closer.
Yoru. For Nikoko, sorry.
Hog Rider coming forward, though. Has Euro overcommitted? He has not. Still double Firecrackers in there. That's it. 3 HP left, though. That was close.
Wow.
That could be a different game if Nikoko connected on the left somehow.
Damn, that's just to go out on these rockets. Definitely hurts. Definitely hurts a lot.
You can only really play them in triple elixir, though.
Yeah.
With rockets.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just 400 damage, 400, 500 damage on that tower, and you're just 2 or 3 rockets from taking that damage lead. So pretty good game right there. And it seems like we're going to be heading into round 5 here. On round 4, as we're looking at here, everybody lost 2-0. Clearly one-sided here.
It does look like it, actually. Yeah, that was a quick round. It's the
And
fastest round we've had so far.
I guess we're down to round 5. And looking at the leaderboard, I think we're going to be getting it in just a couple of moments. Let me check.
Let's check which match we're going to go see live. Let's have a look. Yes, we got Lucas versus Garuko. I think this is actually the last potential round we're going to see on stream. We might see a couple of the last games. We'll see what
All
happens.
right. Sounds good. Sounds good. I mean, now it's just a matter of saving your honor, really. Because right
Pretty
now,
much.
just
I think even with this, Sosa, if he lost, Lucas won, he might come. I would come 4th place if Sosa lost the next match.
I
don't know, actually.
I don't
Depends
even
on the
think so,
crowds,
because
etc.
the thing is, it's like -4. That
Yeah.
means there's a -4 round difference.
Yeah, maybe not actually then. Because he's 3 losses as well, so I don't think he's coming
But
back.
I'm guessing now we're just
Garuko's
going to be taking a
first.
look at Guriko Yoru.
Mhm.
They have the exact same scoreboard right now. I think it might. Oh, the on the far right, I think we're looking at the number of crown towers, princess towers taken to kind of be the difference. But here, Guriko and Yoro both have 3 wins, 1 loss, and 3 up 3 crown towers. So, yeah, it's now a matter of who Guriko Yoru. Let's see who's gonna come out
I
on
think
top.
they do. They get first and second regardless now, don't they? Even if Ardentosis wins, I think they would at least just have to win maybe 1 match, 2 matches. Probably just 1 match.
I'm not sure. I mean, if
All
we
depends
take,
on the towers, though.
yeah,
Not an easy calculation. I think it's between Sosa and Ardentos.
yeah. I guess
I can never say this guy's name.
our the struggle is here. But
It's a
now
struggle.
Lucas against Ardentoas here. Ardentoas, he needs to win this game if he wants to get into that top 3, conserve that top 3 spot, and move in to the final brackets. So Cannoneer for Lucas. Ardentoas going to be playing a minor fast cycle. Probably
It's
Boss
actually a really
Bandit.
big matchup for him as well. Ardentosis has to come against Lucas as well. The pressures, I guess, kind of off Lucas because I guess maybe he knows he's out already or first
Pekka.
place. But Ardentosis still has to win this to get through.
What kind of deck is that? Pekka? Triple
Pekka
spells?
cycle deck.
Pekka cycle.
Pekka cycle.
Pekka cycle. Okay. Now that was not on my bingo
RG
card.
going down.
Peck RG. Okay.
Boss Bandit trying to deal
I mean,
with
look
Pekka.
at that. That RG is going to lock
RG.
on. That RG is going to lock on and deal some serious damage. Wow.
That's a lot of damage coming from RG. Boss Bandit coming back though. Minor going down, gonna get a load of chip damage done.
Boss Bandit dashes back, and now she can actually, she baits out the Electro Spirit here. Beautiful. But she still gets a shot. She still gets a shot. Bats here.
Kind of equalizes the damage if that pulls ahead now. I mean,
wow.
Lucas is running this Cannoneer deck, so against this kind of swarmy kind of deck, cycle deck, it's not going to be the best.
Yeah, here Lucas kind of having fun. Having fun for sure.
I think he is, though. I like this deck. It's not something I've seen recently anyway.
But hey, look, I mean, it may be an unusual deck, but that RG is locking on. And that RG is doing some serious damage. RG Pekka. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that Pekka tanking. Pretty solid.
And again, the Boss Bandit.
The Boss Bandit as well. Yeah, gets the connection.
Boss Bandit, man.
Going for it again, though.
So much damage.
Poison going down, Zap going down, Pekka making his way through. I thought this would be the evolved one, but the evolved one must have been last time. Double RGs coming down, making their way forward. I think it's going to be hard for Entosis to stop this. Yep, too much, way too much.
That's crazy,
How's
man.
he supposed to stop that, though?
That's crazy. That's
Pekka
a crazy
in front,
scenario.
just everything.
Because if you're Lucas, you're like, now I'm playing like there's nothing at stake, and I'm using an unusual pressure's off. I'm using an unusual deck, and I'm getting away with it. And that must be frustrating, you know.
I think so. It's just, I mean, it's just so much to get through as well. Boss Bandit can't deal with Pekka.
Yeah.
I guess he had Spear Goblins, but he had all the spells to deal with the Spear Goblins. He had triple spells, so all the bats and Spear Goblins did absolutely nothing. There was just, there's nothing he could do there.
Yeah, crazy.
Pressure was too much. Never seen such a hard counter so far. Literally, the play was put Pekka in the back and Royal Giant behind.
Yeah.
Just back it up.
There was just so much health.
Quite a simple deck.
So much health on the board that the Tesla just could not break through. Could not. She didn't have enough DPS to get rid of both the RG and the Pekka. And that ended up working out pretty well. But it was kind of like a gamble, you know, because I'm pretty sure in that Pekka deck, he didn't have any big spells. So that can always come back and bite you, depending on the matchup.
Yeah, definitely. But I think that was the hard counter to the minor deck. I'm just, not an easy one to deal with. I don't know what you'd even need in there to be able to counter that.
I don't know.
Double tanks.
Hey,
Tesla's definitely not enough.
You're asking the wrong guy here. Yikes. But yeah, it is unfortunate. I am, a little bit sad for Lucas here because, as I mentioned early on in this stream, he is looking for an organization here, and but you gotta bounce back. And hopefully, first of all, turn the page with these warm-ups, but also finish top 1,000 at the end of this season so you can get yourself a shot for the next monthly finals. That's what should be that's what should be on Lucas's mind right now.
Game has started. Just waiting for them to switch.
All right.
Yep, here we go. Second match. Lucas versus Ardentosis. Ram Rider coming out for on the right.
That cannon.
Side. Is it gonna get? Yep.
Ooh. Wow. Lucas going for a pump. Just taking that Ram Rider damage. Wow.
Yeah. That's a lot of damage to take, though. Half your tower HP for
that,
one pump. Not too sure that's the trade.
I mean, if he was playing some sort of beatdown deck, why not? You can afford to use your tower's health as a way to gain a lot of elixir and make a big push. But here, it's not looking like a beatdown deck. It's looking like a fast cycle, boss bandit, probably minor. And now
it doesn't really like Ardentosis has anything to deal with those pumps either, so I don't know if he's got a big spell in this deck being bridge
It doesn't look like
some
it.
Of them do,
it doesn't look like it. Because here, if we're taking a look at the rest of his cards, we're probably going to be looking at bats? Maybe bats, maybe wall breakers, or maybe spear goblins. Probably, probably bats, spear goblins.
Or
any spirit.
Cycle.
But clearly here, that zap on the elixir pump should just tell you, I ain't got a big spell.
Oh,
okay.
Here
what
we go.
The flippity flippers?
Lava Hound into an Inferno
what,
Dragon, though.
What is going on?
That one.
Lava Hound, Boss Bandit, Lightning.
What's he got to back this up? Because he has to have something to take that Inferno Dragon down. Maybe
I
not.
mean, look at his deck
Not
though.
showing it anyway.
What do you want to play to support that Lava Hound?
Arrows? I have no clue what this deck is.
Ardentoas here. Look at his face. He is so confused right now. He's like, what is going on? Mr. Lucas. Look at his face. I just love Ardentoa's reaction here. It's just like, okay, what is this?
Yep, confusion. I mean, Lucas has got literally nothing to stop those Inferno Dragons.
Yeah.
Without spending a whole load of spells. I guess depending what he played, it could have been a good deck, but not this one. That
I mean,
hard
I
with
don't...
Inferno Dragon in it.
That was pretty wild. That was a pretty wild game. 1-1. The thing is, Lucas might be kind of, trying some new decks, experimenting a lot. But on the other hand, Ardentoas here, he's playing for his survival in the group stage.
Yes, definitely.
We've got
Lucas is playing for fun.
We really have two faces on two totally opposite mental state. One has, pretty much given up, and one is fighting for his life. So it is going to be an interesting last game to seal the deal. Wow.
I am curious to see what he comes out with next, though.
And right now, Guriko.
Anything?
Guriko with a 1-0 lead. And Yoru.
Well, Sosa actually beats Yoro as well, so that could actually change things here. If Ardentosis loses to Lucas,
really?
Sosa wins. He's going to be third place. Yep.
Oh, all right. Pressure's on.
Because I think they're tied at the moment. I think tied in points.
All right.
It will be probably down to towers as well, but
Yeah.
I think it is depending who wins this.
Crazy.
They're both at 2 wins, I think.
Somebody in your chat literally said, "Is a toddler making Lucas's deck or something?" guys. But yeah, it is.
That would just be decks he uses on ladder for like counter, probably.
Yeah,
counter decks
or sniping decks to snipe. To be honest,
sniping. Yep. Like the first one was definitely a snipe, I'd say. So I'm not too sure about the second one though.
Yeah, for sure. What are we gonna be seeing in that last game here? Here we go. Ardentoas, Lucas Gamer.
Yep, this is
final game.
Mats might be going something a bit more standard this time.
And Ardentoas here. Are we going for RG Golem at the straight up Golem? Straight up
Royal
Golem.
Chef as well.
Royal
and
Chef
Monk on the left hand side. I think he could be going for the 3 crown actually. Nope. Puts Becca down.
What is going on right now?
Why did the Hunter retarget there actually? That was weird.
What is going on right now? Becca. Golem Balloon? What are you even supposed to do here? Golem on the King Tower straight up. I don't even know if that's a good play. But it is going to split both the Balloon and the Golem here. Wow.
Tower almost goes down as well. Hunter
Tower
just stops
almost goes down. And the King Tower is already pretty low. So this, if Lucas wants to go ahead and 3 crown, he's got a great shot at it. Ardentoas, he needs to remain calm. Understand how Lucas is going to approach this game. And hopefully make the best of it.
I think he needs to get Lucas to keep his elixir low, I think. As low as he possibly can.
I think so as well.
Keep spamming stuff down. Get the pressure going, otherwise Lucas is just going to build something big up here.
Ardentoas here needs to be a lot more aggressive.
Yeah. He's being very defensive, but I guess with that push at the
Hunter,
start, you can add to be.
Oh, Balloon gets a shot. Ardentoas. Wow. I don't believe this. I just can't believe my eyes right now seeing a Golem Balloon deck absolutely mentally destroying Ardentoas, who's currently just
not got the counters for it either. He's got Hunter, but
That's the only
thing he's
counter.
got to take down a tank
That's
solidly.
the only counter he has to balloon and E-drag. And a
There
fireball.
goes his fisherman, so fisherman drops down. Use the balloon now. This could just be a golem at the bridge play. Okay, Royal Giant come down the right hand side. Hunter to back it up. Evolution Electro Dragons doing really well at defending. Still taking a lot of shots off there.
Real chef. The DPS of the real chef.
Here's the golem.
That's a strange fisherman, though.
Nice skeletons.
That's a strange fisherman. Why?
It's not really getting a pull on anything. Golem on the right tower. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, actually, Lucas doesn't have any big spells, so
he has
those golems.
Oh no! The golem might retarget. No way! Look at Ardentois' reaction. Like, what is going on? What did I just witness? Lucas, you literally ruined my chances of qualifying in the next brackets.
Well, it depends on Soso, actually. Like, it depends on Sosa.
That's
if he
crazy.
Wins his one or not.
That is absolutely
we might
crazy.
See the results right now. Oh, Sosa's still in his game, so this is anyone's game at the moment.
Oh, no, 2-0.
2-0. That's it. So
let's take a look here.
Tosis, even though he played really well at the start, just a couple of the last games there, just taking some of the losses, I guess.
The thing is, how do you even I don't, because you're basically, when you're going up against that kind of deck, you're basically throwing the playbook away. You're throwing everything you know about Clash Royale, throw it away. Everything you know about that classic RG Hunter deck, throw it away. And in that moment,
he just didn't have the answers.
He just didn't have any answers.
Slightly, but
he had the Hunter.
Lucas just built up those pushes.
He had the Hunter
out and got the push going. Yeah.
And I mean, is that something to kind of learn from how Lucas is handling these types of, you know, high pressure events? Like, okay, maybe when I don't feel the pressure, when I'm playing kind of playing regular decks. Oh, now we're gonna see the leaderboards actually.
Oh, wait a second. So it looks like Ardentosis does go through, and so I don't know if this is updated.
No, this isn't updated. This is undated.
No,
I don't think so.
I'll wait a second for it to be updated.
But yeah, that was a tough pill to swallow here. Tough pill to swallow for Ardentois. Let me just check here, because Souza 1-2. He's got 3 wins. Souza has the last 3 rounds are 3 victories for Souza.
Yeah.
There we go.
The final results. Goroku. Actually, Sosa becomes second place. He's not just doesn't come third. So Yoda knocked down to third. Lucas fourth. Does pull ahead of Ardentosis, Toes, and Nikoko 6th place. Nikoko looked actually really strong at the start. I think he dropped quite a few, but then
I don't even know why Ardentois is not 4th, because if you take a look at the stats, it seems like Ardentois is above on both rounds 1 and crowns.
It's confusing, yeah.
But and either way, Gariko gonna be taking 1st place, Souza 2nd, Yoru 3rd, and that's gonna be it for Group C, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, that is it for today. We're going to be back tomorrow for Group D. I think it's same time tomorrow as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Same time, same place. And hopefully we'll see some exciting games, just like today.
Yeah, definitely. Some really kind of close matches today and some walkovers as well. Right, I think we are done for the stream today. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks again, Shield Maiden, for joining me as well.
Thank you, Matic. Absolutely. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. And I'll see you guys later.
Yep. See you guys tomorrow. So thanks again for watching. See